The Cyclones will put total leather to crank us up. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And, David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games, the team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
On first down from the 13-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, they're after him. And the Heat gets there. And they get him down at the 14-yard line. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the first without scoring.
You simply don't see that very often. A quarterback of this guy's caliber missing a guy wide open in the end zone. He makes those throws in his sleep.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Absolutely center cut. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early, playing at home. They want to get the crowd into it, so you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now.
Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. And the Cyclones have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Bring in the heat. Heaves it deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. It's Beck. Got it set up on the outside. Spins away from the defense. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46. The Cyclones are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Quarterback on the keeper. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. And the Cyclones are flying down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Setting up the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off a shot toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. And they're running out the kicker to give it a try. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. And this one will be a 57-yard attempt. He'll unleash it from the right hash. 57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He'll try to do it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-load, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal.
Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. They bring the punter onto the field now. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Using his legs, it's Hansen. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to pass, it's Beck. Here's a heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds. The Cyclones will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking downfield on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. That That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. First play of the period, first down here. Run in the red zone, it's Banks. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Pushes ahead. And they're in for a touchdown.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They'll start this drive down by a touchdown, trailing 10-3. To the air, it's Beck. Makes the catch, it's Jackson. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. And the Cyclones with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off the play fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. He'll do it himself. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Cyclones can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He lobs one high down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. And the Cyclones come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. 3rd down play from the gun. Catch in the middle, it's Jackson. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The Cyclones will try to convert on 4th down. They'll run for it. Runs through a tackle. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Looking to throw on 1st down. Got a man, it's Richmond. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. They're going to run it. He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa State sending the offense back out. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. And the Cyclones with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Let's see what they've got on second down. Dropping back, it's Beck. Quickly out to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They'll try to get the first through the air. Oh, he wants it all. Catch inside the 30 and still running. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. It's starting to get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Hansen. He is pushed out of bounds at the 19-yard line. The Cyclones are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw again. He finds a soft spot in the middle. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And now a chance not only to cut into the lead, but play it just right, and maybe the other team doesn't even get a chance to answer. Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, Cyclones! They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Give to the running back. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Pocket breaking down. It's a fumble. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play.
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls off.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Looking to buy time. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket. Nothing's open.
He uncorks one deep. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Fires to the big fella. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around. Hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one. And I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the second half and start making some plays.
They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but...
He'll off one deep down the left side. Makes a grab deep. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on... before he's finally hauled down. Big plays like that makes play calling so much easier. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 34. Wide receiver comes in motion. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down. And the Cyclones in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. The Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Beck. He's got him.
Nice job by the wide receiver getting open on that slant route against man coverage. He fakes like he's going to the outside. He's able to create some separation, cross his face, and then secures the catch.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. And is slips just inside that right upright. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And the offense out on the field to go back to work. Leaves it with the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Quickly to the tight end. And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the 1st down. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. On the run, still looking. Wide open downfield. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck it. safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Makes the grab over the middle. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. From the gun. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard. 3rd and goal, where defensive coordinators have to make a stand. Lets it fly. Hauls it in and takes it in for a touchdown. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the second half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa State sending the offense back out. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you just simply got to make it.
Power football with the run. A collision. Stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And the Cyclones will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making checks. They'll run play action. Got his man on the right. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Takes the handoff. It's Morris. This has been happening all night. They stubbornly keep giving him the ball, and the defense is all over him. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. He spins that thing down the middle. Finds a spot in the middle. Touchdown. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they tack on the PAT. It's 31-13. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Iowa is down right now inside Kinnick Stadium, but this young man under center has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Iowa City today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Indiana. We'll circle back to this Big Ten bet.
Oh, he's got some space. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. To the air, it's Becht. Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Going to swing it on second down. Finds the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Wants to go up top on first down. Right on the money.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and to bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Cyclones getting set on 1st and 10. Wants to keep it in the air. Finds his man. It's Sowell. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knocked him down after the takeaway, and a big play for this defense. Gonna run it. It's Morris. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Just feeds the running back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Caught in the backfield, it's Morris. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force a turnover on downs. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Sowell. Flying out to the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa State.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. He caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
And the offense takes the field ready to go back to work. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Morris. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. From the 22 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Moore. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
They'll leave it with him. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. Into the end zone for a touchdown. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Back to throw, it's Becht. Quick strike complete. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
Looking to throw on 1st down. The sure hands, it's Sowell. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Cyclones want to move quickly. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. It's 1st and 10. They've moved it to the 41. Wants to throw it. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, They're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. He gets it up to the 44-yard line. He'll be marked out of bounds right there as this offense continues to roll. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. The offense changing the play. They'll try to get it through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Richmond. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24, and this defense, its head is spinning. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. Almost had the completion, just missed it.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Morris. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. If you like the stats, and I know you do, he's over 400 yards passing down.
Yeah, if they win this game, he's getting a game ball. There's no doubt about it. This guy has been on fire from the very start of this football game. He's been throwing bullets all over the field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
QBs do a really good job of feeling pressure and trying to get away from it. And you can see he wants to, but there's nowhere to go. Great job by the defense. Get him to the ground for no gain.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? QB draw. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And, man, how many times are we going to call his name today? He has been so much fun to watch. Got a couple of sacks. Add another tackle for a loss here. He has been all over the field, and he has made some serious plays for this defense.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. The sportsmanlike thing to do might be victory formation. The stat hog would kick a field goal here. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. Back to pass, it's Beck. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Ball falls to the turf. The final pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for this one. It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be